Hello everyone. Welcome back with the new topic Fayol's Principles of Management. Before learning about principles of management, we need to learn about another management guru, Henry Fayol. Who is Henry Fayol? Come, let us learn about him. Henry Fayol is regarded as a father of general management. He is one of the first few people who identified the functions of management that we learnt in the previous chapter. Henry Fayol was born on 1841. He was a French management theorist. He started his profession as an engineer in 1860 in French coal mining. In 1917, he published a book called General and Industrial Management. In his book, he developed a concept of administration based on his own experience. He has given 14 principles of management. Let us learn one by one. Out of 14 principles of management, the first principle is division of work. That means dividing the work into smaller jobs. One of the core philosophy or principle is Fayol had that specialization or division of work is the most efficient way to use human effort. According to Fayol, work should be divided into small jobs or tasks. Each job should be performed by trained specialists based on their specialization. The aim of this principle is to produce more and better work for the same effort. This will result in maximum productivity in the organization. Let us take an example of Santosh. Santosh was a manager. He was trying to reorganize the duties based on the Fayol's first principle, that is, division of work. At the shoe store, Santosh hired people based on their skills to work at the store. There was stylist who gave advice to customer about fashion, and the second person was cobbler for on-site repairs, and the third one is a salesman who were well versed in sales, and the last one is finally the cashier to manage billing. Santosh divided the task that could become a routine so that staffs will get more efficient over time. Smaller and quicker tasks help the worker to focus, which he hoped in return increase in sales. The second principle is authority and responsibility. Let us understand what is authority and what is responsibility. Authority is the right to give orders and obtain obedience, whereas responsibility is nothing but obeying the orders. Here, Santosh as a manager has a power or authority in his hand. The ability to give discount is only with Santosh and not with salespeople. Salesman need to seek his approval before he promises to a customer. Here, only the power lies in the hands of Santosh because he is a manager and not with the team members or salesman or a stylist or a cobbler, isn't it? The team members are only responsible to obey the orders of Santosh. Here, according to Fayol, there should be a balance between authority and responsibility. Excess of authority, that means too much of authority or too much of showing power to the workers, may lead to slaverism and may not work effectively. So, there should be a balance or a parity between authority and responsibility. Shall we move to the next point? That is the third principle is discipline. Discipline means the obedience to the organizational rules and regulations. According to Fayol, there must be a discipline maintained across the organization at all the levels of hierarchy. This helps in the improvement of quantity as well as the quality of production. The next one is the fourth one, unity of command. Well, according to this principle, there should be only one boss. For every individual employee, there should be only one boss. Let me ask you one question. What will happen if you get a command from two or more managers? Yeah, definitely you will be under confusions. If an employee gets order from two or more superiors or the managers at the same time, the principle of unity of command is violated. This principle helps to avoid confusions regarding the task to be done. I hope this is clear. Yeah, the next one is fifth one, unity of direction. Here, according to Fayol, each group should be led by one leader only. It helps to conduct all the activities smoothly and resources can be utilized to the maximum extent effectively. As well as you can minimize the wastages too. Yeah, let us move to the next one, that is the sixth one, subordination of individual interest to general interest or the group interest. According to this principle, every worker should show interest towards the achievement of organizational goals or the achievements of organizational targets or aim. Individual interest of workers should not disturb the organization interest. The next one is the seventh one. This is very important. That is remuneration of employees. Well, what is remuneration? Yeah, this is the most common word which we use in day-to-day life. Remuneration is a thing which all the employees working in any organization needs. They work for the remuneration, and in simple words, it is nothing but the salary which the organization pays to them. It's a salary. According to Fayol, the employees should be paid fair remuneration, fair and adequate remuneration. When the employees are not paid proper salary, they lose the interest in the work. Isn't it? Yeah. The employees should receive salary without any delay. Next one, centralization and decentralization. In the business context, centralization refers to the decision making power is in the hands of top level management. The decision making power is in the hands of top level management. When we are running any business or organization, we have to take many decisions, isn't it? Yes, we have to take a number of decisions. But who should take the decisions? Well, according to Henry Fayol, the power to take the important decisions in the organization should be vested only in the hands of top level management. They should not allow the employees working in the middle or in the lower level management to take the important decisions. Well, we'll come to the next, that is decentralization. Decentralization is nothing but the dispersal of decision making power among the more person. You can see the image or the picture. The degree of centralization or decentralization will depend upon the conditions or the situations of the organization which is working. Next one, that is scalar chain. This is very simple, very easy concept, but you need to concentrate on this. According to Fayol, organization should have a chain of authority and communication that runs from top to bottom and should be followed by every manager and subordinates. Scalar chain nothing but the formal line of authority or power which follows from top level management to lower level management. Let us learn about scalar chain with the help of this diagram. Think about the levels of management which we learnt in the previous chapter, that is in the first chapter. Here Z is the top level manager. Let us consider the situation where there is one head, that is Z, who has two lines of authority under him. One line consists of 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. And another line of authority under Z is A to B, B to C, C to D and D to E. A to Z is upward communication, whereas Z to A is downward communication. If C has to communicate with 3, then the way of communication should be C to D, D to E, then E to Z, that is at top level, and from Z to 5 and 5 to 4 and 4 to 3. This is due to the principle of scalar chain, that is a formal line. In the same order, the communication should flow. That is from the lower level to the top level and from top level to the again lower level. According to Fayol, this chain should not be violated, or should not be what cancelled. Yeah, it should go in such order in the normal course of formal communication. But during the emergency, what happens if something emergency cases arises? Yeah, but during these emergency cases, then C can directly contact with 3 through gangplank. This is called as gangplank. That is only during the emergency cases one employee or one subordinate or one worker can communicate with the other employee who is in the other department. Gangplank is a shorter route and has been provided so that the communication is not delayed. During the emergency time, the employee need not follow the formal line of communication. There is a scalar chain. So, the gangplank refers to a shorter route in the scalar chain which allows the employees at the same level to communicate with each other directly during the emergency. Well, shall we move to the next, that is order. That is our 10th principle is order. This is another principle of management. According to Fayol, in an organization, there should be a place for everything or everyone, and everything or everyone must be in its place. Here, everything means all the machines or equipments or tools, and everyone refers to obviously its employees or laborers. This will lead to increase in the productivity. Will you agree? Yes, because it helps in minimizing the wastages of time as well as resources. Yeah, equity. This principle emphasizes kindliness and justice in the behavior of the managers towards workers or employees. Look at the picture. There should not be any discrimination against anyone under equity on account of sex, religion, caste, language, or nationality. All must be provided with justice in the organization. That means all must be treated equally. Well, the 12th principles of management is stability of personnel, or it's also called as stability of tenure. Well, what is this? It means you should make the employees to work for the longer period. You should provide them with job security, mainly that is required. Job security is required, or stability for the job. Fayol says that there should be a stability of working tenure for the people who are working for the company. If the employee turnover rate is high, it will not good for the company or as well as for the employee. That means the employee or the worker should be kept for longer period, for the longer years, for the longer duration, and he should not be removed in the middle of the year, or he should not be removed from his job. That is a loss for the company as well as for the employee. So job security must be provided to the employee. Yeah, the 13th one, that is initiative. Initiative is also one of the principle of management. given by Henry Fayol. According to Fayol, the employees working in the organization should be allowed to talk about the ideas, about their opinion they have in their mind. This will encourage the employees to be more creative and will make the employees to be more creative and will make them show more interest in the work. According to Fayol, workers should be encouraged to develop as well as to carry out their plans for the improvement. So, initiative should be encouraged in every organization. So, this is the last one which we have in the list of 14th principles of management by Henry Fayol, and it is Esprit de Corps. What this principle tells us is unity is spirit, and it is much needed between employees working in the organization. If there is any kind of misunderstandings between the employees, then the management should take proper steps to clear those misunderstandings. According to Fayol, management should promote a team spirit of unity and harmony among employees. A manager should replace I with we in all his conversations with workers to foster team spirit. So, Esprit de Corps means it is team spirit, or we can say it as unity is strength. Well, let us recall whatever we learned today. I hope you have understood all these topics, because these 14 principles are very easy, and it's easy to understand as well as it's easy to answer the exam, and this is very important concept, as well as you will get this topic as a practical oriented question. Thank you. In the next class, we will learn about few more topics. Happy learning!